Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you so much for joining me. And as always, we are checking out the top posts here for the previous week, sorted by, well, top, obviously. So let's just hop right into it. We start with a very possibly upset ARG here with our first post. Finish the game within 8 hours. 8 hours and 7 minutes. Oh, dear. So close. I have seen closer. I've seen someone either barely make it or barely not make it by a matter of seconds. Usually it's making it in a matter of seconds. This is quite frustrating, though, I'd imagine. I love how the only thing showing for kills is trees as well. Most important stat. Worst part is I made a mistake. I know that had to have cost me at least 7 minutes, probably more like 30. So one of my assemblies supplying my purple research production was disconnected. Only caught it after I had finished researching, so my purple research was effectively halved. No! Oh! Oh, you just got a successful attempt, though. That is fantastic. Big congrats. Oh, man, that's a good improvement. Like 14-minute improvement there. Well done. I think I have yet to get that achievement, actually. Playing fast is not really my thing. Introduced a friend to Factorio last year. He gave me this for my birthday. This is super cool. We actually saw this last week. I'm pretty sure, or I looked at it on my own. I never remember. But I'm pretty sure we saw this in last week's. Very, very cool, though. I love it. This will be my very first Spidertron. I just need one more thing. Fish. Well, those should not be too hard to find. Spidertron needs a pilot for when you're not around. Oh, man. No wonder the Spidertron has pathing issues when it tries to path around lakes and stuff. If there's a fish driving it, the fish just wants to go right in the lake. Transfer station for 2,340 items a second, a way to avoid huge stackers. Oh, man. Normally, I'm not a fan of diagonal unloading, but this actually looks really cool and seems to work pretty well. So it's like... so I actually did something very much like this in sending supporters to space. However, I didn't do it diagonally, and because I didn't do it diagonally, I actually had to use like tanks, like the vehicle, or maybe it was cars. I think it was tanks, as a transfer point because the spacing was wrong for inserters. This actually really, really nicely solves the problem. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Maybe I just didn't realize it, but the only disadvantage to something like this is it does add a bunch of trains to your system, but generally this is super cool. There's a blueprint for it. Man, I wish I knew about that when I built my 4K supported space map. Just go straight to, and short, the longer the track, the more trains are needed, which results in absurdly large stackers at the final destination. To avoid this, so they kind of are trying to avoid massive stackers, is what it looks like. My new early game infrastructure mall. Oh, this is very clean. I'm a big fan of this. This looks really great. Really, really great here. Actually, pretty straightforward, too. Usually, malls, I don't really like building malls because it hurts my head. But this is actually something that I could take some inspiration from. Very cool. Who needs dragon teeth when you have these? Again, I don't think I saw this one on my own because it was only 4 days ago. But this is actually really cool. So we know about this belt technique. This is one I don't know if I've ever seen this before, maybe once. One, it looks hilarious. And two, it throws them off so they can't actually like stop and spit, I don't believe. This guy having a bit of a temper tantrum on the belt though, don't blame him. And then the turrets can kill them super easily without actually being shot at. Naughty body eaters will be sent to the Wiggler. Oh man, it's hilarious. So yeah, if you can't tell, basically they just make a circle and belts, like you see like in multiplayer games where you basically build a belt underneath your fellow players and send them like in a loop. That's what that is. I wouldn't have thought of that actually. Pretty ingenious. Construction optimized RoboPort patterns. So this is pretty neat. So difference in the pattern. Can my brain handle this right now? I'm really tired. From the initial pattern, the following proportion of reports would be removed. I don't understand this. Logistic coverage. 50% efficiency. So the highest efficiency is obviously this one, the limit, or basically this one. So interesting. So like you would put one like here where these meet and these crossovers. Perfect technical Factorio. I'm too dumb for this sub-right. Saturn is the most construction coverage per roadport. Imagine a roadport has 2 to 3 grids to represent its network. This roadport is responsible for 100% of the zone around it. Okay. Think we all have effing problems in love, right? Yeah, this is stuff people see and they're like, wow, these guys, yeah, these folks really have a problem. I'm pretty new to the game and need some help. These steam engines produce only 100 to 150 kilowatts. Others produce 5 to 10 times more than that, but they are built pretty much the same way. I would imagine that they either don't have enough water or... yeah. I don't even... well, this is a problem, clearly. So this is the correct... well, this is actually the opposite ratio. So they're doing 2 boilers to 1 steam engine when really it's 1 steam engine to 2 boilers. Sorry, I just said that. I'm really tired. I'm sorry. Okay, 2 boilers to 1 steam engine is what they're doing. What it really is 2 engines to 1 boiler. A bajillion different pumps, a ton of pipes. Essentially, the problem is that I think it's just all their pipe work is likely the issue. Also, really, probably, and this is very confusing, understandably, this has confused a lot of people, is really what's happening is it looks like the only thing these are actually powering is these 2 miners and these inserters. So the like 150 kilowatts they say it's only producing is actually probably what it's only producing, even though it has the ability to produce its maximum amount, which I think is 510. But it's only going to produce as much as it actually needs. I would say that's actually the problem. And this person basically just said exactly what I said. So we see that. As far as why they're not producing the same power, are they on the same network? Yeah. Yeah, basically this. And it can be really confusing in the game, I think, that like how the graphs work and stuff, that they will only produce as much power as they actually need to. And yeah, so this is the only thing actually taking power from it, which means that that's why it's only producing that much. When you're desperate to get more coal. Oh, dear. Okay. I mean... all right. Well... I mean, okay. It looks like a massive inserter, picking up asteroids with that inserter. Right? Thank God Spytron's on our side. Is there a mod that can make them evil yet? I hope not. Give one nukes and leave it somewhere in your factory. It'll turn to the dark side before you know it. No, don't do it. Feature requests. It would be really cool if you could type 16K and then it would auto-complete to 1600. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. That's like a quality of life feature that I feel the devs would be in support of adding. This seems like the type of stuff they would add. Got blueprints, necessity and quality of life improvements, and the simple things like this for the plus minus button for logistic networks, where an increment of 1 is needed fairly often, is a task for the modders to do. Yeah. Could maybe do it with auto hotkey. Yeah, this would be pretty cool though. Oil processing with compacted pipes. Oh, very nice. I need something like this. I'm having a lot of oil issues and pipe issues in my stream factory. Is this sending the multiple liquids through the same pipes? The hell? Bro, does this actually work? I mean, I don't think... I mean, these are stopping every so often, so it's not, like, consistent. That's actually really cool. I assume it would not be good for the UPS. Interesting. I mean, that's really cool. I wouldn't have thought of it. I mean, mostly because I don't, usually don't want to be mixing fluids in a pipe, but I think the pumps are just forcing it through so much that it's able to do that without getting jammed. I heard we were posting compact oil refining. This is pretty compact. This is pretty good. If this were Beacon, I don't think this would work due to pipe issues, but I'm gonna name what the hell you're gonna do with that blueprint. Logistics Circus. Oh my goodness, that is a massive bot network. Holy cow. I'm a little frightened to know what the UPS or FPS might be. Looks like they're quite far into that. They want explosive research 14. Anybody see the cube appear from the robot positions? I must be blind. I mean, I think I'm blind. Overall, this is pretty neat. Turns out that using a power switch can make your power graph look like this. Oh, wow. I feel like that probably isn't good for game performance. I could be wrong. Use RS latches. As long as I don't look at the lightning network, everything is fine. This is just a quick fix anyway, just so the factory doesn't slow down until I build some reactors. It's not a problem if you can't see it. I lights everywhere myself, so I like to avoid watching a disco at night. It's very true. I mean, this looks pretty cool, but it makes me very uncomfortable at the same time. Blue circuits with 8 beacons. Now this is satisfying. Holy cow, this is satisfying. How many is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 green belts of green circuits in, 2 red belts, and a full blue belt of blue circuits out. This is a really good build. Normally I don't do belt-based builds with 8 beacons because I find it very hard to route the belts, but they're doing an excellent job with the... Okay, go away. They're doing an excellent job with the belt weaving. This is really good. And I know that pop-up said something about a virus. It's not actually. This setup can trap you if you have 4 or more exoskeletons. Uh-oh. Oh no. Don't run in there. Okay, so they have 2 is what they're showing it out, but then I guess if you add more... Alright. Uh-oh. No! I found that with 14 exos, I can pretty much face through anything that is 1 or 2 tiles wide, like isn't even there. It may be a UPS thing where you pass through before the collision mechanics kick in. I mean, you must be definitely using some sort of modded armor. Game just detects your movement direction, sees how far you can travel on a tick, and then attempts to put you there by checking collision boxes. At that position, it doesn't check any collision boxes between the start and end. So you're fast enough, you start and end far enough apart to skip over some objects. That's pretty cool. Priority Railway Merge. Oh, I always love seeing stuff like this. It's a little blurry. Only 360p's. It's the best we're going to get. So there's a gate. This guy's heading off, going through. You can see the signals turning red here. This is cool. I like the fact that it's a continuous motion for the most part. There's not like a lot of stop and go. TLDR highways where trains run at full speed and never wait. Yeah. Are possible for long trains with decent acceleration. For mega bases, especially with heavy use of train-to-train processing. I just totally lost my place. Logistic problems are practically inevitable at some point. This is very true. Maximize the throughput of the railway network. Trains should minimize blocking incidents. Indeed. It's a very cool setup. I made fastest labs in the West. 12 beacon labs, fully tileable, belt base. Heck yeah, I like it. It's my style. The mega base looks kind of like a dog with a pompadour. Looks like the outline of Great Britain. I guess Wales was invited. See the dog dressed up as a makeshift reindeer from the old Dr. Seuss Grinch cartoon. Oh my god, yes. I love that cartoon. I actually watched that last Christmas and the new one, I think. The new one's pretty cute. Um, like the UK, if Ireland ran it aside and blew up Scotland. Oh my god. Spam standardized product assembly modules. Like this feels messy, but it's not. They're using the train wagons again, like as I say again because I think we looked at this last week as chests, which is really creative. This is a pretty cool way to build. Very cool. Hate these patches of material, even if working around them feels good, man. Ooh. Yeah, having the mix is a pain. They're doing a pretty good job here of this. This whole setup actually looks pretty neat. Now the miners on the top of two different ores just use a splitter. Yeah, I'm aware it's just a hassle. In the early games, I typically let the main ore deplete before using the rest. Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit of a pain to use the priority thing because then you got to either merge it back in somewhere, make sure it doesn't back up, or put it in chests. New UPS record 40k signs per minute is 60 UPS, no mods. Come again? This is legitimate. I don't know why this only has 285 upvotes. Post that I made about the design on technical Factorio, including blueprint links to download, save, and description of the design, made by him, is largely part to his efforts on pages working efficiently. Wait. Without the excellent work done by Woo to make such a well-optimized game, in particular, Boss, Kid, and our seeding. So it's running on i5 10 600K, DDR4, 3 overclock, Linux, huge pages. So I think this, based on what they're saying here, I don't really know what this means. So huge pages adds about 10 to 20%, 15 to 20%. So like if I were to run this, it likely would not be 60 UPS. However, it would probably still be what, like 40, 45? At 40k science per minute, man. Oh man. Like, I think I'm gonna add this to my base tour list. This seems absolutely ridiculous. Kind of wish I had a Linux machine just for this. Okay, so part of it, like, they're not on an actual map, but that's still really impressive. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna save this. Add to my base tour list eventually. Very cool. Oh, another Joseph 2. Ready for a swim. This is the like self-expanding factory. I love the spiral we just saw of the robots going out. Oh man, that's so cool. Super satisfying. Nothing to see here yet. This is nuts, man. Holy moly. This just blows my mind. Well, since I talked about new and improved, I'm currently building, so I thought cells are 4x4 instead of 2x2 chunks now. It has only now successfully started dealing with water. I mean, summer's finally here in a similar way it's finding ores, place landfill, place pumps, see how many pumps have been placed, either make it a water pumping cell or deconstruct pumps and landfill, everything. And I struggle with purple science. This is nuts, man. My brain. I would love to do a tour of this. Like, I would love to be given a map, like, all set up to do it from the very start, from, like, this point, and then just make a video of it and, like, watch it, like, in-game. I know this is a video, but I don't know. I'd like to see it in person, I suppose. Factorio, funnel, flamethrower, defense wall, behemoth proof, minimal repairs needed. But this is just insane. Really crazy. Drago on Kenobi, I think. Just so impressive. This reminds me of like old tower defense games, kind of. I'm really surprised the biters don't just go nuts and attack the wall. I'm surprised they're actually funneling into this. I mean, they're kind of attacking the wall, but this is really... this is really impressive. Like, I'm actually quite surprised that they're cooperating with that. Works like a charm. Now I'm confident on my defense. Quick note. Flamethrowers are essential to attract those biters if you set up with discharge layers by... Oh, interesting. I didn't... So the flamethrowers make a difference. I didn't know that would be a thing. Yeah, what makes them different? With it on gun mode, I think what's happening is that when the biters sense that they are in range of the turret flamethrowers / laser, the biters will attack them head on. Flamethrowers also have the longest range. Okay. I also noticed the biters attack a wall, but this only occurs when there's a really big, like big wave. Wow. Huh, that's really interesting. Cool thing to know and exploit potentially. I may have gone a little too overboard with my green circuit factory. There is no such thing. $54K a minute? Nah. No such thing. You can go bigger. 10 times. This is really well built, though. This is super well done, it looks like. Oh, this is so satisfying to look at. That might be enough green circuits. Probably not, though. Supposed to be 1 city block size. Wound up taking 4 blocks. 3 loading stations. 1 block dedicated to unloading. 2 sub-factories making 24 blue belts of green circuits. Very nice. My 10K signs per minute megabase project currently with 1.6 million solar panels. It still isn't enough. It never is. Not if you're going solar at this big of a base. Hey, Dr. Doof. I know you. Streamer, I believe. This is nuts. This is so cool. Expansion turned on. UPS sitting around 45. Only holding this base back from a full 10K sign per minute is I need 8 more blue belts where the red circuits. This isn't a problem, but I have to tear down some of the solar panels to make it work. The biggest problem is I'm already short on power. I'll have to drop a total of 2 million solar panels to make it work, as this base is already drawing 60 gigawatts of power. Whew. I would imagine a large part of the UPS issue is due to biters, but... Very cool. Very well done. Base in a book, ready for use, red belt, blue assembler stage. Oh, from Neilhouse. Nice. Personally, I'm not a fan of base in a books, but Neilhouse does do some excellent work with this. So that's pretty neat. If that is your thing, definitely worth checking out. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I do hope you enjoyed. And if you did, a like is also appreciated, so other people can find this as well. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all new content. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.